If you're over 50, let me ask you something. Have you ever had a day where nothing was wrong, but you didn't feel right either? You weren't sad, you weren't upset, but your mood felt heavier than it used to. Here's the part most people don't talk about. For many adults over 50, these emotional shifts are not psychological, they are biological. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why something as simple as what happens in your gut and one very specific food may quietly influence how calm, resilient, or reactive you feel day to day. Because this connection is rarely explained clearly. Most of us were taught that mood lives in the brain. If you feel anxious, the brain is the problem. If you feel low, it's all in your head. But modern research tells a very different story. Many emotional changes after 50 don't start in the brain at all. They start lower, in the digestive system. And once you understand this, a lot of things about stress, irritability, and emotional fatigue begin to make sense. Let's talk about why. Inside your body, your gut and your brain are in constant conversation. Not occasionally. Not when something goes wrong. Every minute of every day. This communication system is called the gut-brain axis. Your gut isn't just a food processing tube. It's a signaling center. It contains trillions of bacteria that produce chemical messengers influencing how your nervous system behaves. Here's a fact that surprises many people. About 90% of the body's serotonin is produced in the gut, not the brain. Now, that doesn't mean serotonin from the gut travels directly into your brain. It doesn't. But it strongly influences how your nervous system regulates mood and stress. When this system is balanced, emotional regulation feels smoother. When it's disrupted, the brain becomes more reactive. And this is where age matters. Before we go further, notice something. If parts of this feel familiar, if you're thinking, that explains a lot, you're not alone. This is exactly where many adults over 50 start connecting the dots. As we age, digestion slows. Medication use increases. Low-grade inflammation becomes more common. These changes quietly reshape the gut microbiome. So if stress hits harder than it used to, or emotional recovery takes longer, that's not a character flaw, it's physiology. And now we get to walnuts. Not all foods influence the gut in meaningful ways. Walnuts are different, and here's why. First, they're one of the richest plant sources of alpha-linolenic acid, a type of omega-3. This matters because chronic, low-grade inflammation is closely linked to mood instability in older adults. Second, walnuts contain polyphenols that don't get absorbed early in digestion. Instead, they reach the colon, where gut bacteria can use them. Think of this as feeding the bacteria that help keep inflammation under control. Third, and this is important, human studies show that regular walnut consumption increases microbial diversity. In gut science, diversity is resilience. And resilience is exactly what many people feel they're losing after 50. Now, let's be clear. Eating walnuts today won't suddenly change your mood tomorrow. This is not a quick fix. It's not medication. But over time, something subtle happens. As the gut environment stabilizes, the brain becomes less reactive. Many adults describe this as less background tension, fewer emotional spikes, an easier return to calm after stress. Not because life gets easier, but because the internal systems handling stress work better. This is what support looks like at a biological level. So what's practical? Most research points to about one small handful of walnuts per day. That's it. More doesn't mean better. Eating them earlier in the day is often easier on digestion. Combining them with fiber-rich foods can help the gut use them more effectively. If you're on blood thinners or have digestive sensitivity, start slowly. Always listen to your body. Mental well-being after 50 isn't about forcing positivity. It's about understanding what your body needs to stay steady. Sometimes, a small shift in how you nourish yourself can change how you experience your days. If this helped you understand yourself a little better, stay with us at Senior Health Snips.